Are you looking for more out of your life? Do you need ideas on how to start new businesses and how to move forward in your own personal life? Well, guess what? You have come to the right radio show. At You Can Overcome Anything podcast show, you will learn and hear from many people from all walks of life who are sharing their challenges, their stories, the habits, and the mind shifts they had to overcome to become who they are today. On top, you will get a chance to connect and see how you can overcome anything by networking and learning about your next move through this radio show. I present to you our great speakers at You Can Overcome Anything podcast show with your host, Cesar Espino. Hey, welcome back. It is your friend Cesar Espino. Welcome to your podcast show, You Can Overcome Anything. And today I have a very special guest. It is Dr. Izdihar Jamil. And I want to give you a little bit of her background so you can get to know her as we're going through this interview. So she is, Dr. Jamil is #1 international bestselling author. She loves helping entrepreneurs, coaches to attract and cover clients with no technical or any kind of technical or funnels or websites or pay ads. Like, she's helping you create that. Izdihar, how are you today?
I'm fantastic, Cesar. Thank you very much. And happy Wednesday. People call it the hump day, right? But we're soldiering on here.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I'm so glad to have you here today. And it is a beautiful day today. We're both actually in SoCal, which is a pretty good weather today, right? And a lot of times people say, why are you in SoCal? And for me, it's because of the weather. It's a very nice weather. So I'm sure it's the same thing for you.
Absolutely. Like, my kids love it here. We were supposed, when we moved here to America, Cesar, we were supposed to go to Seattle. Oh. But then, the company says, we're going to put it in California. But my kids absolutely love it here. Like, they can go run around outside, no jacket, flip-flop shirt, take the bike, run around. It's just like very, very, very fun here. And I live pretty close to the beach. So that's an extra bonus. Absolutely a blessing to be in California.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you know what you just mentioned? So when you moved to the States, maybe we can start off from there. So where are you originally from, and how long have you been in the States?
So I'm originally was born in Malaysia. Okay. So it's a country in Southeast Asia near Singapore, Indonesia, and Thailand. And so we moved here. So we moved here about a few years ago, Cesar, just a few years ago. And before that, we lived in England for a long, long time. So if you can tell, sometimes my British accent comes up, right?
I was wondering where that was coming from.
Right. It's just kind of like automatic. Sometimes I switch between American accent to British accent kind of thing. So I've been like really blessed to have been staying at different countries, different continents. And somewhere in between, we lived in India too. That's where my daughter was born.
Oh,
so
wow.
Really, really blessed to have that. Yeah, so we moved to just a few years back, Cesar. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let me ask you something. What drove you guys to go from your home country to England, to India, and to the States? Is there a particular reason why you guys were exploring different countries?
Sure. I mean, once upon a time, I met this man, didn't I? And that man happens to work in England. So obviously, I fell in love, followed him to England, built my life there. And then, again, like, we came to America because he was offered his dream job. So I'm like, babe, let's do it,
Yeah.
I left my secure job. I'm a computer scientist by trade.
Oh, cool.
I left my secure job to kind of like support him to have his dream, That's the thing about me. Like, I'm like family person, like kind of family person. Like some people are like, how are you so stupid? Kind of like leaving and everything. Like my family is everything for me. That is one of my biggest success, to have my husband being supported, to have my kids being supported. And, and in return, my family supports me, to do whatever, like becoming a #1 best-selling author, like to travel to London to attend a VIP business event. I'm like, babe, I'm going to London. I've got this event, and I've been invited to the speaking gig. And it's like, okay, leave the kids to me, So we have that kind of support system. So it is my husband's job.
No, that's awesome. And you mentioned something, and I want to get your feedback on this. You said that your support system, and you're obviously living for your family, your kids. And so a lot of people will see that as that's your why, that's your purpose, right? What do you consider, what is your take on that when people say, find your purpose, then you're going to find your passion. If you know what your purpose is or what is your why, why is it that you're doing certain things, then you can definitely become more successful. Do you see that as being truthful to that in your case?
Well, Cesar, a lot of the time I'm a little bit clueless, isn't it, what my passion is. Like sometimes we say, find your passion and the money will follow. I'm like, okay, what's my passion then? Am I doing it wrong? Blah, blah, blah. But I think like for me, I know core to the core, like it's all about my family. It's all about helping people. So somehow, the creator, God, the universe, whatever you want to call the higher being, kind of guides me to that. And because my passion is my family and I love money, and money loves me, so I kind of like combine it together. Like, okay, how can I help people make, to help families have the best possible future, to help them make money? And I so happen to love entrepreneurship. Like I've been an entrepreneur for the last over 10 years doing various kinds of, business ventures and everything. So kind of like circumstances kind of pushed me in that way. Before I had like a service business. My husband and I, we had an organic delivery business. We deliver organic produce from the farm to the customer's door. But when I moved here, I'm like, forget it, because it's so confounding, isn't it, Cesar?
Yeah.
I have to be there and everything. But with having kids, I wanted to create freedom. So that's why just a few years back, I jumped into the online world so that I can take my laptop, my phone, just have Wi-Fi and just work from anywhere in the world. And that's the thing that my husband actually supported me in that. Like one day he told me, I bought this course for you from a coach where you can, become an online coach and consultant. You can work from anywhere in the world. Yeah. He had that vision of me, that faith in me. So I was just really, really blessed. And I'm like, okay, have you done it yet? Have you done it yet? Have you done it yet? So to the point, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do it. And here I am. Mm-hmm.
No, and that's awesome. And so that's one thing that's one thing that I want the listeners and the people that are watching us to really take into consideration. And what you have here is a lot of people call it a very good buddy system. You guys were both supporting each other. And I'm not saying that, obviously it's really good when you have a person that can help you, that can edify you, that can give you that, that push. And sometimes you might feel like you might be a person that says, hey, well, I don't have anybody. I'm here by myself. So what do you have to say to that if they don't have per se that partner or that person helping them, through that journey? How can they continue to move forward in their own, persona?
I would say just create the support system around you. Like, look, it doesn't just happen like that, right? Mm-hmm. I gave everything for my family. I left my secure job. My husband knows my commitment to the family, and in return, he appreciates that. And, I'm very, now I'm really, really selective, Cesar. I choose the people around me that can help to support me, that is in alignment to me, that's not going to be jealous or envious of my success. It's going to kick me in the bum, when I'm feeling like a drama queen or anything. Yep. You get to choose. Always, always, always. You get to choose. And for me, the people that doesn't serve me, I let them go. I say, hi, hello, how are you? And then I say goodbye. Yeah. And that's it. But the people that are close to me are the people that matter most to me. So those are the people I'm going to. So you get to choose. Like, I feel that when your heart is ready, Cesar, the right person or the right thing is going to come your way. So you just got to allow yourself to be open.
Wow, that's amazing. And again, I see that all the time too, where people tend to fall into a group of people or tend to talk to a group of individuals because they want to get accepted. They're looking for that acceptance. And you just said something that, like, again, it's amazing. You're absolutely right. You get to choose the people that you hang around with. And on top of that, it is so critical that the people that you have in your surroundings are helping you. And they're actually, it's like that give and take, right? You're helping them, they're helping you. There's a mutual agreement And if that person's all he's doing is taking from you, maybe that's not the person you want to be, you want to be with, right? So that's
exactly.
Yeah, and I do remember seeing on your book, and we're going to talk about your book in a second, the book, Yes, I Can. You have 22 success secrets, so you just got to pick up that book. But I do remember reading something about your husband saying, here, I have this online course for you. Go ahead and get it, and start working on that. Before we get to that, though, you went to school and decided to get your doctorate degree. And that was not an easy journey. I think you started in 2012. That's when you started your journey, right? Or you finished?
My PhD started in 2008.
That's right. 2008 and 2012 you finished it, and you were trying to. So give me more about that.
Yeah, so basically I started, 2008, going through things, I mean, it's awesome, isn't it, to have a PhD? So I went through it. But the thing is, right, with a PhD, one of the criteria is that you have to publish at the top conference. So like in the book, in Yes, I Can, I wrote that, oh my God, Cesar, for 6 years.
Yeah, 2012 to 2018, right?
Exactly, was rejected again and again and again. If it was rejected once or twice, you're like, okay then. But if you rejected multiple times for years, I mean, okay, let's face it, I had a baby in between, right? So I took some break. Yeah. But still, right, like what is there left of me? Like what is there left of me? Like I'm like, what a loser. How stupid can I be? Like I can't even get that thing like published, to the point I'm like, whatever, I've done it, I've got my PhD, but that part is the thing that was being rejected, and it's kind of like bugging me. But then here's the thing, Cesar, I have reflection what it means to me. I gave my word that I'm going to get it done. I'm going to have it published. And then I have an amazing team. Again, this is where the team, the people supporting you comes from. Amazing people around me, my colleagues keep on, okay, let's do it. We can do this, right? If I didn't have that support and the belief of commitment and honoring my word, it wouldn't be done. And like, it's a yes. So like when I say no, okay, I tweaked it. I tweak it again. I tweak it again. I tweak it again. Tweak it again. Make it better and better and better and better. That is the key. It's not about perfection. It's about making things better and better and better and better till one day that professor from Stanford University finally said, yes, it's in. And then I was invited to speak on stage at the top conference in the world.
Wow.
Had I given up, I wouldn't have that. And that's the blessing that I learned. Like rejection is just a correction towards my destined success.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. So, the rejection is just the direction to success. I love how you put that, because at the end of the day, a lot of times we are facing with so many different aspects, and it happens on a day-to-day basis, where it could be we get rejected once or twice or 3 times, and I'm like, okay, this is not for me. You walk away and you give up. Instead, you have to be persistent. And I like the way you put it, and again, that's amazing that the persistence of not giving up and continue to tweak it and try to make it better than what it was. And that's one thing that I tell myself too, is like, for me, my own journey, and this goes with anything in life, right? But for me, my own journey, I said, I'm a better person today than I was yesterday, because I'm trying to improve something, even if it's very small, something that I might have done yesterday. I'm trying to improve that today. And it goes back to anything. And so similarly to this year, you kept tweaking it and tweaking it and tweaking it. And guess what? You came up with finally that product that say, you know what? Yes, go and speak on stage. You're in, So that's amazing,
Thank you. I think it's so important, isn't it? Because people give up so easily,
right?
But they don't see that the miracles and magic happens after that. Like that's how that's giving me the strength in my business now. Like, Cesar, how many people say no to us
all the time,
on a daily basis? Yeah. Exactly. So if like people say no once or twice and then you give up, I've seen people, even my own clients, I can't do this anymore. I'm done. But, they haven't given everything, like just tweaking it, making it better and better and better, to the point, like, if I had given up Cesar, I wouldn't be the #1 best-selling author. Like, who would have thought, right? We wouldn't be meeting up like this. We wouldn't be sharing. So just go through it. Just think of it as getting better, because perfection is an illusion, it's the trap. But getting better and better and better, that's what it takes to be
Right.
successful.
Yeah,
Even iPhone and Microsoft, right? They never release the perfect version of anything.
Well, I was going to say that. So if you think about it, this is very common in the software industry, and my mentor talks about it, and he says, they put out something, whatever, Windows 1.0, and then they come up with crap 2.0 and then crap 3.0, whatever. Because at the end of the day, they keep. So the reason why you have those different versions is because they continue to enhance and enhance. They found, there's a twig, there's a
exactly
something that needs to be fixed. Let's get a better version of that, right? And so you see it with software companies, you see it with cell phones, all that stuff, right? So you got to keep going and going and going, which is awesome. So let's talk about your book. 22 Success Secrets on Yes I Can book. How did that come about? What was the reason that you wanted to write this book? What is your intention with that?
So my intention was really easy. I wanted to give people hope. I wanted to inspire and empower people, because life isn't just about unicorns and roses. It isn't like, ta-da! Here I am kind of thing, right? Like we all have to go challenges, whatever challenges that we have, and to get to where we are. And I really wanted to use the story that people have and draw things in. What were the challenges? What was the key lesson that they learned? What was the actions that they took? What was, the words of wisdom? What's the vision of the future? What is their step? Like, if you see the book, if you go and read the book, there's success actions in there. So it's not just like fluffy stuff. That's actions to be taken to take you a step further. And let's face it, Cesar, I wanted it to be like with real people, with real results. I didn't want to be like a hub. I could come from an authority, having a PhD, coming from authority, write a theoretical hypothesis about things, right? But no, I want real people with real results who've gone through unimaginable things, but come out on the other side. So like when people reading, they'll be like, oh my God, that was me. I'm living this, and oh my God, that person's in the worst situation, but they did this, and this is where they are now. So I wanted to give people hope, the very least. Pick up the boat and have faith and hope, and put a little smile that things are gonna get better, and this is the key for it. So that's my inspiration behind Yes I Can.
That's awesome. I love the message, and I love I've been watching you a lot, and just a lot of the things that you say and how you really get your message out. And it's one of the things that I say, I am a people and money magnet, because I'm gonna go back to what you mentioned. You love people and you love money. So I tell myself I am a people and a money magnet.
Yes.
Except I realize that with all of that, it's like you can really, create a lot of things where you can really empower people, right? I mean, you have, a product, or you have an idea, or you have something that you can offer to people and say, hey, if this little thing can change your life positively, are you willing to take that? And so that's what you've done with this book. It's something you can give to people, and not only that, you can actually reach more people and give them that empowerment that they might be needing in their life, because you just never know where people might be, nowadays,
exactly.
right?
Exactly. And it's also a symbol of unity, Cesar. It's also a symbol, like, can you imagine people from around the world coming together, regardless of our culture, our background, our faith, our belief? So like in the world where there's so many challenges, like tragedy and everything, but we all came together, put all our differences aside, and just come together to unite for this really powerful message. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Like regardless, like even when the world says no, right, Cesar?
Yes, right, exactly. Yes.
Yes, I can. Like we have similar message.
Yes.
Like you can overcome anything. Yes, I can. Even when people says no, even when like people say no, like the expert says no, right? But I'm like, no, I can do this.
Right.
This is how it's gonna happen. I've just gotta like push through and have faith in myself that it's gonna be done, and it is done.
Exactly, and I read this about and it goes back to what you just said. So the biggest difference between successful people and ordinary people are the actions that they choose to take despite the circumstances. So you were talking about that, and this is you that you wrote this, and so again, going back to that, it doesn't matter what's your background. It doesn't matter where you came from. It doesn't matter any of that stuff. It really comes down to what are you choosing to do today and what
Absolutely.
shifts are you taking. So with that in mind, from your own journey, what are some things that you do on a day-to-day basis to put you in the right set of mind?
Right. So I'll give you an example, okay, Cesar. So when I first moved to America, the land of the dreams, I'm like so hooked, right? Because I've seen all these Hollywood movies, right?
Yeah.
Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, I'm excited, right?
Yeah.
So I came here really, really excited. But then, which I wrote in the book, not to play as a trump card, but to show people you always, always, always have a choice. Like I was faced with horrible verbal abuse. I would go to the store and people would harass me just because the way I look and what I believed in. I'm just like freaking doing my grocery, okay? Like, I'm not going to blow things up. I'm just doing my grocery. And people would have the audacity to ask me, if you were not a mom, would you blow people up? I'm like, what is that? That is crazy. I'm also someone's daughter. I'm also someone's sister. I'm also someone's granddaughter. I'm also someone's friend and cousin. So, and then like, I've got like gone out to pick up my kids from school. Like people would call me atrocious name. I like have literally had shit thrown at my doorstep with my kids in front of the doorstep.
Wow.
I've got people vandalizing my home. Can you imagine, like just coming to America, I've got no family here. Like I was really sad and fearful. I was so scared to go out. I cried all the time till I got sick.
Wow.
Like it's just horrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've seen it in the movies. But that was the moment, Cesar, like, when you like so like pushed down, and then one night I read a storybook for my kids. It's just a storybook. That one line I felt, it was like the divine God telling me, like things can change. Just ask for help. Just ask for mercy. Believe in it. Things will get better. With every hardship, there will be ease. And it just lifted my weight. That's the moment I chose. I stopped playing victim. I'm not a victim. Oh my God, drama queen.
Yeah.
I stopped it. I shifted my mind. That was the moment when my husband found this program, right? So I shifted my focus. What you focus on, expand. I choose to come. Like I was raised by amazing parents who taught me to be good, who taught me to be kind, respectful, and responsible. So I chose to hold on to that. I chose to hold on to goodness. I chose to focus on what's good. Like I shifted, right? From mentality, victim, crying, sad, sick, to like, I'm awesome. I'm a good person. I can do this. Just focused my mind. That's one of the things that I felt one of my strengths. Like I focus on what really matters. What really matters is my family and helping other people and being the goodness to the world. So that is kind of like the thing. And like, the other things, like I pray like everybody else. I don't know if everybody else prayed, but I do. I meditate. I give to charity. Every morning I would set my intention. What is my intention? Like I would, like in my car after dropped off the kids, I would pull out my email, 10 to 15 intentional goals, whatever you want to call it.
And is that for the day or for the week, or is that daily?
Daily
intentions?
Daily.
Okay,
I do it daily, daily. These are my intentions. For example, whatever intentions that I have, right? For example, I'm going to be earning $1 million by 30th December 2020. And I'm so happy and thankful for that. Whatever intentions that you have. I have an amazing family, whatever intentions that, that you want to do. So I, like quickly, just few minutes, 10 to 15 of those. And then it starts to shift my mind, isn't it?
Yeah.
It starts to shift my mind. This is what matters. And this is what I'm going to do it. And this is the design. Like, again, the team around you, the people around you matters.
Right. Yeah.
Matters so much.
Yeah, that's that. And it's crazy to know that, I had some, even me growing up and, I was born in Mexico City. So, my background is coming from Mexico City to this new country. They didn't speak the language. They didn't know anyone either. So I also went through some what I consider to be maybe bullying or just people that I didn't fit in, right? I didn't fit into that. And so one thing that I learned through that journey too is that very similar to you is you change your focus, you change your intentions, you change the way you see things. And for me, one of the things that I did is I also surrender. I surrendered to say, okay, well, if this is how it's gonna be, I'm gonna be in this country. This is my new home. I have to find a way that I can actually start relaying to this community, this group of people, whatever the case may be. One, I need to learn how to speak. I need to communicate. I need to start doing that. So once you start changing that focus, it definitely puts you in a different place. One of the things that I do, and I have a couple of clients for that too. I'm also an NLP, neuro linguistic programming, and so you mentioned something that I was working with one client, and that's that playing the victim, right?
Yeah.
There's exactly. I forget the statistics. I think it's either 92 or 95% of the people are living in this what we call the drama cycle. And the drama cycle,
over 90%.
Yeah.
It's like crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. And they're playing a drama cycle, and that drama cycle is composed of three different aspects. Number one is the victim, the other one is being the perpetrator, and the other one is being the rescuer. Except these people tend to be in this cycle, like, I'm the victim today, nobody loves me, everybody hates me. And so and once you step out of that drama cycle, your life will be changed. It's gonna change. And that's what you did. You said, you know what, I don't want to be in this loop of cycle going back and forward. Let me move out of that into a better focus, because I do believe that what you focus on will expand, which is awesome. And now you're actually, a lot of times people say, well, I hate pain, or I hate going through those failures. Well, I believe that you have to go through pain and failures to be able to find that happiness or that passion at the end of the day. And it's not necessarily all the time being something bad. Something good can come out of that. So
exactly, I see it as a blessing, Cesar. Yeah. I see it as a blessing. I had to break away from the cycle because it wasn't serving me, and I can't be of service to my family because I was getting sick, weren't I? Like I was regretting all the decision. I was getting sick. But once I started to shift my mind, when I go to the shop, people were smiling.
Yeah.
They saw me. People like this morning, I was like, dropping my kids to school. One of his dad just smiled at me, and he's pretty good looking too. So I'm like, okay, I'll just smile back, obviously, just that connection, because because you and I, we kind of like the outliers in a way, right? The outliers, but it's like the fitting in part. But I'm like, okay, it doesn't matter. People are just gonna see my light. Yep. Because that's who I am. That's who we are. Like, goodness, isn't it? So at the end of the day, like, we're the same. We love our family. We love, doing good. We love food. Yeah. We're kind of like the same, like, principles and values. So absolutely. So I shifted my mind. I had to make the commitment and choose to break the cycle. Nobody was going to do it for me. My husband couldn't help me. Right. I had to, that's what the thing is, isn't it? For things to change, I must change first. I had to make the choice. My husband couldn't do anything for me. Like, we ourselves, I think that's the key, isn't it, Cesar? People expect other people to do it for you. Nobody can do it for you. It's just you. You have the power to do it.
Exactly. And that grows from your mind. It goes back to that. And the other thing too that I just remember too is that the energy that you're putting out is what you're attracting. So in your case, if you're playing the victim, you in essence were attracting that to an extent. Yeah. Yet when you shift it and you're like, now I'm smiley, I'm glowing, I'm doing all this stuff. Guess what? Those are the people you're attracting. And I've tested this before. I've gone to Home Depot, a couple of times for real estate.
Oh yeah, my favorite place. Yeah, exactly.
So I go in and I've tested this before. And I'm like, you know what? It was early in the morning and there was this person coming in, and I'm like, I'm just gonna say hi to everybody, smile to them, and just be all happy. And you'd be amazed at the responses that you get, because you just never know what that person is going through. And sometimes you just smiling and saying, hey, what's going on? Good morning. Yeah. That right there changes their demeanor. I'm like, what's going on with you, kind of thing, right? But it changes their physiology. And I did that at one time. The second time I did it, they thought I worked there. And I'm like, oh, good morning. Do you work here? I'm like, no, I don't work here. I'm just very happy all the time. That's what I told them. I'm just happy all the time. So it was pretty awesome,
It makes a difference, isn't it? Like, look, one of the things that happened too, like the police came over, blah, blah, blah. It's all a big deal. So I'm really, really like have this perception of police. But then there was one time, police officer, I just smiled, I just chatted, and that officer was just smile and chatting back, because I put all policemen in the same category, didn't I?
Right.
but they're not actually, but they're not. So like, that's it. You've just got to choose, isn't it? You choose to smile, you choose to be happy, you choose to laugh, you choose to help others, you choose to bake muffin for your neighbors or for the class. Well, you can't bake for the class now because health and safety regulation, but you know, you choose to do that. I grow up with my family cooking food for my neighbors. That's how I grow up. Over here, I'm not sure I can do that unless I know people really well, because you don't want to be sued, right? For everything. But still, you get to choose. Like it comes from us. I think that's one of the most powerful messages, that it starts with you. Nobody can do it for you. So don't, like, not your husband, not your mom, your dad. You've got to just, I had to choose to break through it. Like the same with you, Sis. You choose to smile. You choose to say, hello.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. So let me ask you, so you're a money coach, consultant, and obviously a book author. So talk a little bit about your, obviously you've gone through all this journey. Let's talk a little bit about, what do you do now in this aspect? How are you helping out people in your business and things like that?
Yeah, so because I love money, right? And money loves me.
Yes.
So that's exactly what I do. I help
you're a people and money magnet.
Exactly. I'm a people money magnet.
Yes.
Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. So that's what I do. I help entrepreneurs and coaches to attract clients and convert, basically to make sales, right? Because bottom line in business, it's sales.
Right.
Like, it's not about website. It's not about the funnels. It's about sales, making sales. That's the bottom line. So I make it really, really easy. Look, I'm a computer scientist. I'm highly trained to do techie funnels. I'm highly trained to do website. I'm highly trained to do program and all that. But I just freaking I can't stand it, Cesar. It drives me insane. It'll take me weeks or days, or because there's an error message I have to debug and everything, right? So I kept it really simple. I kind of stripped everything down. What really matters in my system is just ABC. Attract, book, convert. Attract, book, convert. Attract, book, convert. That's it. No website needed. No techie panels. No big following. No paid ads. None of those. So I keep it really, really, really simple. That is absolutely effective. So that's what I do. We just attract people, like attraction, right?
Yep.
Not like looking. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? It's exhausting.
No. Right.
Attract them. And then book them in, build the bridge between you and them, book them in, and then convert. So obviously I have a sales system,
That's awesome.
I can't even, before I hated sales before. I just hated it. It's pushy, I get chest tightens, I get anxious whenever on a call, be like, please don't be there, please don't be there, please don't be there.
Don't answer the phone, don't answer.
Don't answer the phone, I couldn't. But now, I love it with a passion. I truly do, because
that's awesome.
I feel now my perception is sales is just an opportunity. It's an opportunity for me to help people, to empower them, to solve their problems, to make their lives better. And who wouldn't want to go on calls with me, right?
Exactly, right.
Exciting.
Yeah.
So that's it. I kind of put that in my system, the client conversion system. Attract, book, convert. You still get to be you, but not so bounded by sales script every word. No, because I feel that it's just restrictive. That I just like to flow and connect and build relationship and make money.
And make money. That's awesome. No, what I like that. I never heard of that way. The ABC, attract, book, and convert. That's pretty awesome. And one thing that I can say to that, even with sales, is that when you believe in your product and you believe on what you're selling, you have the ethical obligation to offer and sell that to that person who's going to buy it, because you're doing them a service. At the end of the day, you're doing them a service, and they're going to end up taking that and say, you know what? Yes, I need this because I know this is going to help me in my own journey, whatever that might be, right? So, no, that's awesome. No, I really, really, really love that. So let me ask you, one last question for you. I had a very, very good, conversation with you today, an interview with you today. What is one thing that you can leave our viewers and listeners that they can do today or tomorrow, so they can start shifting their life to overcome anything they want?
Oh, wow. Just one, huh? Now you
many.
I'm going to be rebellious. I'm going to say 3, right?
Okay, yeah, that's good. Yes.
So Number one, be unstoppable. Like no matter what, keep moving forward. So I'll give you an example. When I was doing the book, Yes, I Can, my intention was to have 21 people. So I got stuck at 12 or 15 people that keep saying no to me. When they say yes, they're like, no, I don't want to invest in this. Like you want this amazing product, but for free. Like, how would you want like people to ask you to work for free, right?
Right.
And some people just, I'm like, okay, I don't understand people. Or they say yes, and then they ghost me.
Wow.
Like, know me. And then, so I was really, really stuck and frustrated. I'm like, forget it. I'm just going to leave it at 12, whatever, 15. But then I asked myself, what is it? Like, what's my word? What's my honor? How much do I value myself? Because I set myself a challenge, didn't I? Not anyone else, because the person I'm letting down the most isn't everybody else, it's me. Because I have to live with myself when I say something and I didn't keep my word. So I'm like, okay, fine. And that was the moment where I like flew to London, so on a speaking gig,
nice.
a kind of VIP business event. And that break kind of helped me to get new perspective on things and re-energize things. Because I get, when you step back, you get to see the dots into you. You get to see new things and be creative. So I did. When I came back, I was this excited. I've got new ideas. I implemented them. That's the thing. Be creative. Be unstoppable is also about being creative. And I just convert. Not just I get 21, but I got 22 of incredible people around the world.
That's good.
So that's kind of like my number one tip. Be unstoppable. Thank you. And number two, I would say, like, have faith in yourself. Because that is something like nobody can give you or buy, or not something you can buy. It has to start with you. Like, I had a vision. I'm going to be a number one international best-selling author. That's my vision. You've got to have faith in anything, isn't it, Cesar? In yourself, first and foremost. Before anyone. Like even people say, oh, you're smart, you're so pretty, you're this. If you don't believe it, you're not going to, like Miss Universe, right?
Yeah.
Miss Universe, when that Miss Universe has got the faith in herself, right? That can carry her through. Like she's among the 20 most beautiful women around the world. But the faith in herself, the faith in ourselves is what's gonna make things happen every single day.
Yes.
And I think the third one is having an amazing team around you, your support system. People who values you, who appreciates you, people who love seeing you successful, who's going to kick your bum. Because otherwise you would be in a drama mode where people suck your energy. And you're left like being tired, like flat on your bed. So you get to choose who comes in your life and who not come in your life. So I think that's really important. You get to choose. So have an amazing team. Like, when I was like 6 years doing my PhD, if I didn't have people supporting me, my family, my colleague, my children were so proud, Cesar, to see mommy speaking on stage with a microphone.
Yeah.
Like, they're so proud when I become the best-selling author, because, I wrote their name in the dedication. Yeah. And they're like, Mommy, we're famous. Yes, you are, darling.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
Exactly. So those would be my tips. Be unstoppable, regardless what happens. Be creative. If you need to take a step back so that you can come like banging and be the badass that you deserve to be, like the amazing you.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, you know what? I love that. And
thank you.
I want to say before we go, I want to say thank you so much. This was a very, very good interview, and I love all the different tips that you gave us. And obviously, I love these three last tips. Be unstoppable, have faith, and have an amazing support team, because that's exactly what you need to be able to move forward to the next step in your life. So I really, really appreciate that. And
thank you.
If our viewers wanted to reach out to you, where can they find you? How can they get a hold of you?
Okay, if you want to get in touch with me, I've got izdiharjamil.com. So that's izdiharjamil.com. Or come and hang out with me on social media on Facebook. It's Izdihar Jamil. So make sure you add me as friend first before you drop me a message, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to see you.
Right.
So make sure you drop me, because people just messaging you, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I didn't get it. Like people emailing me, oh, I've messaged you, but I didn't get it, because you have to add me as friends, and then I'll approve. So, like a quick tip, if you're on social media, make sure you have a clear profile, okay? Because I'm not gonna approve anyone who's have a weird picture, because you could be a stalker.
Yes.
So Cesar has a really clear profile picture. Yep. So I know that he's not, he's someone that I can trust. He's got a clear some people, they have this blurry face, right? Yes. And I got scared, Cesar. So I can't even approve, because it's this person, like someone I can trust. Is it? There's so many weirdos, isn't it? Make yourself outstanding. Have a nice, clear profile picture so that I can approve you, and then we can hang out in social media.
Yeah, no, definitely. And don't worry, guys. I'm going to have all of this information for you guys on the comments below, so you have all her contact information, where you can find her and you can connect with her. So, Izdihar, I want to say thank you so much again for, this wonderful interview, and for, giving us the time to have you here.
Thank you, Cesar. It's been such a pleasure. All right, everybody, have a fantastic day, and may peace be upon you. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much. And and for the rest of you guys, please make sure that you share, you like, and you subscribe to this podcast, that You Can Overcome Anything podcast show. You can find us at all platforms, and we're also in YouTube. Please stay tuned for the next interview, and you guys have a wonderful time. Bye.
Hi, I'm Cesar Espino, real estate investor, business coach, and consultant, and author of the book, You Can Overcome Anything, Even When the World Says No. My number is 424-501-6046. In my book, I talk about making the necessary changes to shift your mind for prosperity and certainty. Pick up your copy at Amazon. I also love helping families with their real estate, and can purchase your house fast and all cash. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. My number is 424-501-6046.
Thank you for having me today. I am so glad you tuned in to this podcast. You can find me at Spreaker.com, where you can like and subscribe. And to learn more about myself and my services, you can find me at www.CesarRespino.com, or you can also find me at Facebook under Cesar R. Espino. Once again, thanks for joining me. I am looking forward to having you at the next episode, and know that you truly can overcome anything.